Creativity is often shrouded in myths and misconceptions, misleading tales that can hinder your journey as an artist. This video, my goal is to kind of clear the fog, debunk some of the common myths that surround creativity and what artistic talent means. The first myth is creativity is only for the chosen few. Creativity isn't a trophy distributed by or to an elite handful of people. It's innate as breathing air. It's not a matter of divine election or the whims of fate. It's forged in practice, in the relentless quest of what ifs and why nots. Consider a child playing, transforming a cardboard box into a fortress or a simple branch into an epic sword. That's creativity in its purest form. It didn't single them out, they seized it. And as we age, this inherent trait doesn't vanish. It merely gets buried under the layers of shoulds and musts, yet it lies in wait, ever ready for us to rediscover its spark. Creativity isn't about being anointed. It's about choosing to perceive the world not just as it is, but as it could be. It's seeing a blank canvas and envisioning a masterpiece before the first stroke of the brush, hearing a symphony in just the rustle of leaves, or finding a saga in the quiet. But creativity demands its tribute. It seeks your time, your dedication. It's cultivated in the soil of persistence, blossoming with each attempt. No matter how many times you fall and rise, it's fueled by curiosity, that insatiable hunger for the new and unknown. It flourishes in freedom, the liberty to wander, to defy conventions, to embrace errors as guides. So when you hear the typical saying, like someone saying, "I'm not creative," just counter it. Assert that they are, but they need to pause, observe, and reignite their wonder. Urge them to question more, perceive more, to act more. Creativity isn't a secluded jewel. It's a common seed within each of us, yearning for the moment to break through the earth and stretch towards the sky. And the decision to let it grow, to let it shine, that's up to you to make. The second myth is you're either born with being creative or you're not. A lot of people say talent is a rare flower blooming only for a select few, but that's not the truth. Talent isn't a fixed star. It's more akin to a seed buried in the fertile soil of potential. It's a beginning, not an endpoint. Imagine talent as raw clay beneath the earth's surface. In its untouched state, it holds promise, a shape yet to be. What matters is how you tend to it, how you knead and shape this raw substance. Sometimes it may crumble between your fingers. Sometimes it refuses the form you envision. But with each effort, your hands grow wiser. Your touch steadies. Your sight sharpens. Consider every creator, every soul who's ever molded something from nothing. None arrived in this world with their masterpieces in tow. Improvement, growth, the ascent from the raw to refined, it's carved from the bedrock of perseverance and practice. It's the unseen hours, the silent dedication, the resilience to rise with each fall and glean wisdom from every setback. Yet it's also found in the thrill of creation, in the pulse quickening as something new and beautiful emerges under your hands. It's in the quiet pride of conquering a once daunting challenge, of today crafting what seemed impossible yesterday. So cast aside the myth of inborn talent as destiny. Your path, your growth, your unwavering commitment to hone and elevate your craft, these are the true artisans of your art. Talent is merely the soil. What blossoms from it under your care and toil is the art that's uniquely yours. The third myth is that creativity means originality at all costs. But this myth does more harm than good. Creativity is about pulling something from the void. It's about connections, seeing the thread that ties one idea to another and weaving it into something new. Look at the world's great art. None of it sprang forth in isolation. Each piece is a conversation with what came before, a response, an addition, a reinterpretation. It's not about discarding the past, but about building on it, taking what exists and looking at it through your lens. Creativity is about your voice, your perspective, your way of seeing the world. And your voice is unique, not because you've avoided everything that's come before, but because you've absorbed it, processed it, and expressed it in a way only you can. The quest for absolute originality can freeze you in your tracks. If you're always looking to create something the world has never seen, you'll miss the opportunity to create what the world needs to see from you, your view, your voice, your interpretation. Think of creativity like a river. It's fed by tributaries and streams. The ideas and works that have influenced you, it's shaped by the terrain, your experiences and perspective. And it flows, ever changing, ever moving, ever yours. So don't let the myth of originality at all costs hold you back. Let go of the pressure. Embrace the world of ideas. Let them inspire you. And then speak with your voice. That's where true creativity lies. The fourth myth is that creativity thrives in chaos. There's a belief that to be truly creative, you must embrace chaos, that disorder is the soil in which the seeds of innovation grow. But this isn't the whole truth. Creativity isn't exclusive to turmoil. It can flourish in calm and structure just as well. Consider the artist's studio. For some, it's a whirlwind of scattered brushes and half-sketched ideas, but for others, it's a sanctuary of order, each tool in its place. Creativity doesn't demand chaos. It requires an environment that resonates with your rhythm, a space where your mind can wander freely. Chaos can indeed spark creativity for some, shaking loose new ideas like leaves from a tree in a storm. But for others, it's the quiet, the routine, the predictable patterns that free the mind and explore. The steady rhythm of a structured day can provide the security needed to take creative risks. Think of creativity like a plant. Some might thrive in the wild, unpredictable conditions of the forest, while others do best in the orderly rows of a garden. It's not about the right or wrong environment. It's about the right environment for you. And remember, creativity isn't a wild beast to let loose. It's a force to be guided, whether by the steady hand of routine or the liberating absence of it. It's about knowing yourself, understanding how you create best, then shaping your environment to fit that mold. So dispel the myth that chaos is the only way to creativity. Whether your creative space is a storm or a haven, it's yours to shape. Find your balance, your blend of order and disorder, and watch your creativity thrive. The fifth myth is that artistic success is instant and easy. Now, you've probably maybe think you've seen artists who have soared to fame overnight, as if success is a lightning strike, sudden and electrifying. But that's the exception, not the rule. For most, artistic success is a long road paved with persistence and patience. Consider the artist alone in the studio, the writer at the desk in the early morning hours, the musician playing to empty chairs. Their journeys are marathons, not sprints. They face rejection, their work often unseen, their efforts unnoticed, but still they continue, driven not by the promise of quick success, but by the love of their craft. Success in art isn't about instant gratification. It's about endurance, the slow and steady dedication to your work. It's about resilience, the ability to face failure and not let it define you. Each rejection, each setback is a step on the path, a lesson that shapes and strengthens your art. And it's about patience, the understanding that growth takes time. Your skills, your voice, your vision, they all develop at their own pace. Success isn't about reaching a destination quickly. It's about the journey, the evolution of your art and yourself over time. So dismiss the myth of instant, effortless success. Embrace the reality of the artist's path, long, winding, and challenging at times, but rich with rewards for those who stay the course. Your success is a sculpture you carve day by day, stroke by stroke, note by note, a masterpiece in the making, shaped by time and tenacity. The sixth myth about creativity is that creativity is only about the arts. A lot of people think that creativity is confined to artists, confined to canvases, stages, or written in pages. But this is a narrow view. Creativity isn't just about the arts. It's a universal flame, burning in every field, from science and cooking to problem solving and beyond. Think about the scientists in the lab piecing together a puzzle that no one else can see. They're not just analyzing, they're imagining, creating, or the chef in the kitchen combining flavors in ways that no recipe has dictated. They're not just cooking, they're inventing. Creativity is the ability to see connections where others see gaps, to ask questions that haven't been asked. It's the chef experimenting with an unlikely ingredient, the engineer reimagining a structure, the teacher finding a new way to inspire their students. It's in every invention, every strategy, every leap of progress. And it's in you too, in the way you solve problems, the way you navigate your life, the way you express yourself. Creativity isn't about the medium you choose. It's about the perspective you bring, the willingness to explore, to experiment, to look at the world and ask, what if? So cast aside the myth that creativity belongs only to the artist. It's a trait shared by all, a tool we all use, a way of thinking and seeing that transcends boundaries and disciplines. Your creativity is a part of you, no matter your field or interest. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as it transforms not just your work, but your entire world. In debunking these myths, we remove the barriers to creativity. Understanding the truth about artistic talent and creativity is liberating. It opens the door to a world where creativity is accessible, where it's a natural part of being human, and where every artist has the potential to grow and flourish. This clarity is the first step towards embracing your creative journey fully. I hope you like this video. If you're interested in the topic of creativity, check out this video on how schools kill and hinder creativity. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.